Hello, and I'm back. I'm gonna have to get up in a second because my dog just went outside, and he's not gonna want to be there for very long because it's warm outside. So I'm coming back to this wolf piece that I started yesterday, and the what's gonna happen is, as always, if you stop and restart a piece, your feel kind of changes from day to day. So I'm feeling a little bit differently today. So I'm going to go in with my inks and whatnot. I'm going to change some stuff up. Um, I was going to work on this yesterday, but I didn't end up doing that. Oops. I forgot to mute over here. There we go. I forgot to mute over there. um, so, let's get started. All right. And I just have the same lids I had yesterday. Oops. I got stuff flying around. I'm not caring for the turquoise on his nose anymore. I don't like it. And I'm feeling that his head is too wide. So I'm going to go in with my brown and kind of create like a nice background, like pop him forward. And I want a round brush again, which, dagnabbit, is in the other room. Hold on a second. When I wash my brushes at night, I just leave them next to the sink. I don't know why I do that. All right, so I'm just going to use this round brush. This is my mixed media one. It's a number 6. Round brushes are my favorite. And I'm just dripping some right there. So I'm just going to go in and really refine a lot of these lines with this dark ink and kind of bring him in a little bit. And a lot of it is because I let gravity do its thing and just allowed a lot of drips and stuff like that. And I can tell you I've already screwed up a little bit because I started on the right side. And what do I always say? I should start on the left, dagnabbit. But I didn't, so now I gotta go over here and figure this out. And I do have a reference photo. And this is one of those rare times I have a photo of a wolf. And then I also found it's a real life pencil sketch. Sadly, there's no artist associated with it, which I hate it when that happens. It makes me so mad. So I can't tell you whose pencil sketch it is. But I am mostly using the photo. I'm going to make the sign a little bit thicker. See, and I like how just bringing that dark color there has really reshaped him. And then I'm just going to go in with some water and just let it do its thing. And I hope, I have a fan on in here because it's starting to get warm. I hope that's not interfering with anything. And then I gotta come up here. I'm also gonna bring in some of the brown into the rest of his head and stuff too. The one thing I noticed is I should have had his ears more up, but I'm not going to worry about it. I just like pointing out the issues that I see in case you noticed it too. I do see it, but I just live with it. It's just something I do. I think I want to change the color of his nose. I'm not exactly sure what color I'm gonna use. All right. And I see my dog circling, which means he's gonna come in a second. All right. There he is. Hold on a second. See if you can see up top, it's the reflection that makes that look lighter. It's actually darker. I start out with all these light, beautiful colors, and now it's kind of getting darker. Puppy. It's just gotta be by my feet today. And this is just, for people who weren't here yesterday, this is just Dynaflow. I love it. I'm mixing it with my dirty brush, so you're going to see some of that coming through. And I also need some watery white. Oops. And I could use white ink for this, but I like the gesso for some reason. Oops, grabbed a little bit too much there, but no, it's all right. I'm just going to go right over top of this turquoise because it's too much, I think. I don't mind it, but it's too much. Puppy, stop licking my feet. So I'm wondering, I only have, oh, there's only one person watching. I'm not sure who's here. But I would love ideas for another animal to do. Not this way, but probably in the watercolors. I'm thinking I may do another mixed media piece like I did the other day. That was so fun. I had a blast. And my finger is healing quite well, so it's not permanent injury, which is always a good thing. All right, now I'm at the point I'm not really even looking at my photos at all. I'm just kind of feeling it out. I think kind of because I was doing watercolors just a little while ago, I've got that loose feel stuck in my bones a little bit. And I just now realized I never finished that alcohol ink on tile turtle that I started the other day. That's something I should probably get back to for you guys, because I know people like watching those. I am liking the brown more than that full turquoise. I do need to fix some of this a little bit. I like how some of the colors poke through, but it's not as dramatic as before. And yesterday I was all about the bright colors and everything, and today, not so much. I'm such a dunderhead. So for the blog post over at Artist Seller that I do, I try to finish it up around, well, because there's a time difference, no long later than like 3 o'clock her time. So yesterday I got done with this and I went, oh, I can't finish that right now. I got to finish up that blog post. So I did that, got it all written up, photos attached, all the other fun stuff. Got up, went and did some other stuff, you know, just whatever. Came back to sit at my computer at about, I don't know, 4 o'clock my time. Of course, my computer was sleeping, so I woke it up. Know what's on the screen? The email I didn't send. Because I'm a dunderhead. I'm not loving his eyes. I gotta figure something out to make them pop a little bit more. I'm thinking, let's go in with some brown down here. Actually rinse the white out, or most of the white out. I have this really watery on purpose. trying to figure out, I'm kind of working by the eyes because I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with them. He is looking more like a wolf. There's something that still isn't quite right, and I can't figure out what it is. I think it might be this area right here. This needs to come in a little bit more, I think. I could be wrong. In that case, now what we would do, if I mess it all up, we would just apply a coat of gesso. Because that's the way life is. That might work. And I do have his eyes a little bit large, as usual. Which is what I always do. He's starting to look more like a dog, isn't he? Alright. So I got this wet brush. I don't know what I'm doing, don't ask. Oops, I didn't realize there was still white over there. Yep, I am pulling this in because I want to. I think I figured out the eyes. And now I just brought up another photo of a wolf. And all it is basically his eyes up close, so because that's what I was feeling wasn't quite right, is the eyes. Okay, do a little bit of smooshing. I want the texture there, but I don't want the color so harsh. All right, I am going to grab my white pen. In hindsight, I probably could have my nib pen out, but oh well. It's in my carousel somewhere. You'll probably find it quick, but I'm in a groove right now, so I don't really want to mess it up. Oh, oh, hi, Vicky. I didn't have my actual YouTube screen up. Part one was actually on Wednesday. Sorry it took me so long to respond to you. I don't know how long ago you said stuff. The color on him, Vicky, was a lot brighter. I just toned it down since yesterday. He was very bright, vibrant. Like his whole nose was bright turquoise, but in looking at him, I fell out of love with the turquoise nose. I mean, it's still turquoise, but I toned it down a lot. And since yesterday, when I was doing this, I've been staring at my dog a lot. So, like, some of the stuff, like his eyes, the way the eyes are, the round, I didn't have him rounded before, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. And that was part of it, is I didn't have it rounded. And then I also noticed the way his ears are set. My puppy looks kind of wolfy. He's a husky German Shepherd mutt mix. Nobody ever had a better dog than mine. I really want to pop the white here just to make his eyes really pop out. I'm going to have to buy a new pen today because this one is about dead. I don't know how much more use I can get out of it. And Vicky, also with this piece, when you watch the first video, you're going to be surprised because I was not planning on doing anything like this. I was planning on doing more of a mixed media piece like I did on, or no, wait, oh shoot, when did I do this? I did this yesterday. So this is from Thursday. I planned on doing more of a mixed media piece like I did on Wednesday, but it didn't work out that way. I saw him and he needed to come out. I got to change the descriptor on this video. I just realized I had the wrong day. I'm loving what the white is doing to this. I'm just doing scribbles. I'm not doing like major, like intricate lines. I'm just like putting white where I feel it needs to be. My animal noses are always so good. That's funny because I kind of struggle with them. All right, I really need to, I want to make his eyes pop a little bit more. I'm trying to figure out how I can do that. I think maybe by adding like some dark right here. I could make his eyes blue. My puppy's eyes are blue. My puppy's eyes are like a white blue almost. They used to be so like they were so blue they were almost purple when he was a puppy, and then they faded to like a white blue. My great grandma would call it palomino blue. And I love these pit pens because you can mark like this. Depending how you smudge the color, the ink, once you get it down, you can keep some of those lines in place. The color smudges beautifully. You do gotta kind of work fast. I'm noticing on this photo I have, oops, didn't mean to make a scribble like that. There it is. All right, let me take a look at this. See what I got going on here. See, his nose is so small. This should come up a little bit more, so I can go like this. Hopefully I can widen his nose a little bit. And again, I stopped looking at my reference photo because I don't have it exact, so I keep on looking at it. Let's see. And I think my pen is dead. Oh, maybe not. The proportions that I have on my wolf versus what a real wolf is like are not quite right. Like, let's see. Yeah, that's a little bit better. To get rid of that dark spot right there. Not sure what this is all about now, though. These little doohickeys don't really match, do they? Yeah, Vicky, when you're working on stuff like this, you gotta kind of, like when I was doing the lesson with my friend Shannon, working through the steps will slowly get you to your endpoint. You know, you have to kind of take the image apart in your mind, and then as you add your layers and stuff like that, you'll get closer and closer to the finished piece you have in your head, you know? But it'll take a while. I mean, A lot of times I have paintings that I hate. I use the word hate, but oh, Vicky, I'm so glad. That's part of the thing that I love doing, and the reason why I do a lot of the stuff start to finish like this, like the watercolor thing. The reason why I do it the way I do is so you can see, because most of these animals I've been doing, I think there's only one that I've done before. Okay? So I have no thought process as to how to do it. I just kind of feel it out and do it. And you can see how I have to change things as I go. I think we need some dark right here. I mean, there's nothing, I have nothing against teachers who practice and have the full lesson plan. Like I do that too. Like I'll teach and I'll have a full lesson plan. I'll practice things out to make sure I can teach it correctly. But I also like to teach stuff cold turkey, you know, so you can see how to think through and fix things. One of my favorite pieces of advice is if you need like reading glasses or something like that, when you're doing your, what do they call it? Your not base painting. There's a word for it. When you're doing your first touching paint to canvas or color to canvas, take off your glasses and just paint via like highlights and shadows. The problem is so many people go in with detail before they're ready for it. I think I'm kind of turning some of this into feathers. Isn't that what it looks like? I wasn't planning on it, but it's just kind of ending up that way. I think it's because I was working on that raven last. That's all right. I like it. Yeah, I'm going to keep on with the feathers. I like that. Oh, I like him. I think I'm going to go in with the white and kind of really accent the fact that they're feathers, because I was not planning on that, but I like it. And it'll still look like fur unless you look really close, or if you're watching this, then you'll know. Oh, I just noticed my camera is starting to mess up again, and I believe it's just when it's just getting warmer in here. So I'm thinking this is almost done. I might come back tomorrow. I could sell him, yes, if you're interested in it. Send me a message over, are you on, if you're on Facebook, send me a message over there and we can talk about it there. Oh, I like him a lot. I thoroughly enjoy him. Oh my goodness. All right, so my camera is starting to mess up. I'm watching it as we speak. And I don't know how to make it stop. Sometimes if I close that, it'll work. Nope. So I'm going to have to close it down again today because of, hey, that's the wrong way, because of my camera. I will keep on, I'll bring him back again. I don't know if I'll bring him back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday, isn't it? Maybe I'll finish it on Shan time tomorrow. But I will call it a day for today because, like I said, my system is starting to screw up and I don't want to put you guys through that. I still think there's more to be done on him. Like, I want to integrate these colors into this browns, and I really want to make that work. And I want to bring more, I want more color, but I don't know how I'm going to do it. So I'll just set this up and stare at it, and we'll play with it again later. Okay? Big hugs, mushy stuff. Bye.